going to start the record button now, so that the rest of it's recorded. So the bursary packs, please go on and order them. I'm not sure when they'll arrive. I know that Abacus are really busy. The first week of teaching, we probably will be doing quite a lot of researching and introducing, so you might not need your art equipment right away. We're hoping that we can allow people some time for that, to get that in place. So that's the kind of 3 things I've sent out. So you should have logged into your student email. If you've had a bursary pack email, you should have applied for that, and you should also have answered my questionnaire. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen with you, and let's just check that I've got everybody here. So now I am currently on a slightly different screen than I want to share with you, so hang on a minute and just Maxine, can you tell me, are you seeing HND fashion design and manufacture on that screen, or are you
yes,
yes,
yeah.
right, okay. So I'm just going to flip back to the first page so that you can see the course card on the dashboard. Now when you go into Canvas, you should see some of these cards already populated for you. I've got slightly more than you've got because you will only see the ones that are attached to your course code. The one that you're looking for your induction is this one here with the 3 figures on it that says HND Fashion Design and Manufacture and has the code 1A on it. So that is the first year page. So this is the page where you have the course booklet, all general information regarding the course, so not for any of the subjects, but regarding the course is on that page. So when you click on the card, you come through to the home page. So on the home page, there's just a little message about the course, a little message from me. Apologies for the bad video, I'm still getting used to doing that videoing thing. What you'll learn, so in first year you're going to learn your research skills, you're going to learn how to develop ideas for fashion design, you're going to do CAD development, so you're going to learn Photoshop and Illustrator, and we will be working on a couple of industry projects, pattern cutting and also industrial garment manufacture. You've got 3 buttons down here at the bottom, 4 buttons, sorry. The first one will take you directly to the course booklet, second to the induction material, third to your timetables, and the 4th one is for all resources. Down here on the left hand side, you'll see there are lots of other buttons. All the things that you can link to from the bottom buttons can also be found under modules. So I'll click onto that just now and then I'll click back. So you can see here that you've got all the course information, your booklet, your timetables, induction information, induction that's relating to fashion design. So this is college related induction. This is your course related induction. You've got information about Canvas, study skills, and college resources. Now this goes right down. There's also forms that you need to fill out, and I'll go through that with you in a wee second. And then we have lots of additional information, things about well-being, about stress and anxiety. We are all quite conscious that people are working on their own and may find things difficult, may be worried about things to do with the course. So please read through these and please remember that we will be here at the end of the email if you do have any issues. So there's a whole lot that you can read through here, all to do with looking after yourself and staying connected and staying well. So I'm going to just go back to the home page so I can show you what the buttons link to. Maxine, are you seeing all the changes as I'm changing these? That's great. Okay, so the first thing is the course booklet. So when I link to this, your course booklet opens up. This contains in it all the information about your course. So there's a bit of a welcome message from me. Now I'm not going to read through all this because I'll give you time to read it yourself, but I just want to point out the key elements in it. So the staff and all the staff emails, and that includes our faculty administrator, Susan, who is the guru when it comes to anything that other information that we might need and will also be really helpful for you. Our teaching blocks, now I've put in brackets, these may be subject to change because obviously we're starting slightly late teaching, so I think that's still up for maybe just reorganising the blocks. But why I've put that in there is to remind you that your timetable will change round about the end of November. So you'll have 3 different timetables throughout the year. These dates might just change slightly, and I will keep you informed if that happens. Your class times. You will be advised of class times for when you're attending college. They are also still under discussion. So on the days where you're going to be in college, we will inform you of the days you're expected in and what times. So these are your normal class times for your remote classes. College holidays, really important. And then this is really all things to do with your HND qualification, but down here are all the units that you will sit. So this is the units for year 1, and I've also included the units for year 2, so for your full HND. Where you see a number beside it, that's the credit value, so if it's a single credit or a double credit, and the M is whether it's a mandatory unit or an optional unit. So all the units listed you will sit. It's just in terms of your qualification. The qualification is made up of mandatory and optional units, but I'll explain the ins and outs of that further. But these are the units you will sit. There's information here on how we will teach. There's information on how you will be assessed. And I'm going to flip down to the very end. We'll go through this. You can read through all this at your leisure, but at the very end, we've also got the information about logging on to your student email and about the library, where if I get to the end here, I'll show you that. So here we are, so accessing your student account. So the information is here in case you forget or you need to refresh that information. So that's your student handbook. If I go back to the home page and then connect again, I'm going to link here to the induction materials. So can you just make sure that you're all muted, just in case there's any howl round. So this is the materials that we have specific to induction. So these links, if you go into this page, this will link you to your study skills. So if you click that link, you'll see that that takes you directly to your study skills. And you can just use the next and previous buttons to scroll through that. So that will help you get ready for your study. If I go back to there, there'll be a link here to the college resources, a link here to the wellbeing resources, and then the link to show you how to access Canvas. This link takes you through to the course handbook again. And then these mandatory tasks are what I want you to complete by September the 4th. So that's a week on Friday, so before your course. Now, we've designed these to give you practice at uploading work to the VLE, getting feedback from us on the VLE, and we're hoping that it'll just weed out any kind of issues with anything that is not working or you're finding difficult. So I'm just going to link to the induction to fashion design. So there's a bit of a welcome page here, and again I've put the staff email addresses here. So our production team, so the people who will teach you for pattern cutting, sewing, and are Anne, Carol and Maxine. The design team, so people who are going to teach you design, are Morag, Heather, Mary, Marion, Moira and Kirsty. I will be teaching some of you for design and I think later on some of you for production as well. So I'm your senior lecturer, so you can contact me for any general inquiries, problems. I've said here shoulder to cry on as well, but it'll have to be a remote shoulder to cry on. But that's the staff that you want to contact. So these will be your class tutors. I will be your senior lecturer, and we will be giving you a designated guidance contact, which will be a member of staff that you will have contact with in class. So I'll be issuing that next week. So if I click the next button, this is where I want you to upload your holiday project. So I've put on the holiday project here, so you can scroll through it just to remind yourself about it. And then below, I want you to show me the images you've collected by uploading them to Portfolium. Now, I'm going to give you just a brief explanation about Portfolium. We are going to have instructions for setting Portfolium up on the next page, but I'm holding my hand up an apology and saying that our IT department haven't quite got it finished yet, so it will be coming online in the next couple of days. To just explain Portfolium, it's a site, a website where you can set up a digital folio. You can set up different folios for your different classes, and this will give you an on-running digital record of all your work, both at this college, and you can continue it as you would go into maybe higher education or onto a job. So this is the way that we are going to assess you when it comes to your visual work when we're doing remote classes. So it's really important that you learn how to do this. So I'm going to show you an example of a Portfolium, and again, Maxine, if you can tell me if this opens up okay. Can you see that change, that website? Right, okay.
It's open, Janet.
Yeah, so these are sample ones that I've set up. So this is the website, and you'll have your own site, and what you will do when you load up your project is I will put on your assignment a space to put in the URL for your project. So you'll copy and paste the URL, and that will let me access it. So I'm just going to show you this one. This is one I've set up for the second years just to show them an example of concept garment design. So this is a bit of a second year project, just to let you see. So I'm going to just flick through them now. You can add comments. If I hover over there, you can see that on where the little eye is, that I can see comments about the slide. I can flick through the slides. So this is a photograph that was taken by a member of staff. This is a drawing that I've done and uploaded. This is a PowerPoint slide where I've mixed the drawings and I've mixed the fashion source. So you can see a connection between the image, the drawings, and the kind of idea. This is a slide where I've been doing some samples, just looking at ideas, concept samples for what could be garment development. And this is another slide where I've taken those samples, I've cut them out using a photo editing app on my phone, and I've pasted them onto figures. Now, I'm not going to ask you to do all that, so please don't panic about that. What I want you to do, sorry, I'm on the wrong page here. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to access the right page. Right, here we go. So what I want you to do is just upload these images. So I've said the things that we asked you to do were something called document the norm, inside out, upside down, put your stamp on it, examples of fashion illustration, and fashion figures. So I'll just flip back to where that is on the sheet. So here we are, exercise 1, document the norm. So if you remember, we wanted you to create and photograph 3 to 5 looks that represent your personal style and taste. We asked you to take the same garments and create new looks. So turn them inside out, upside down, back to front. We asked you to start to layer up garments and experiment with the wrong ways to wear them, photograph them. So you can photograph it on you or photograph on a hanger. We asked you to come up with 6 images of for fashion illustration. So 6 examples of fashion illustration and 2 front-facing fashion figures. And we've also given you a wee link to the Pinterest board for this class as well. So I don't need you to do a mix of images, I just need one image on each page. And what I will do is when we get the portfolio link put up, I will do a wee sample that you can have a look at the sample as well. So that's your first assignment. So I'm just going to click forward to the second one. This is the page where you'll get the portfolio information. The next one is I want to just give you a practice quiz. We'll be using quizzes quite a lot to reinforce your learning, to get information from you, to maybe just do some work from college and to do some assessments. So this is a really short quiz, and I just want you to check that you've read the course booklet. So there's a wee picture of the course booklet on the right hand side here. And to preview it, so the questions I've got are things like, what's the first day of the Christmas holidays? What time does the library close on a Thursday at Cardonald? What's the name of our faculty administrator? So I think there's 5 or 6 questions. So you can go on and do that right away and just upload all that. So that's all ready for you to start. So if I just come back out of there and show you the next one. So that's what do you know about your course. And then the last wee quiz to get to do for induction is we all want to get to know you. So I've got a little practice quiz here. It's meant to be fun. So if there's anything that you don't feel you wish to answer, please don't feel obliged. But it's really always helpful to try and get to know a bit about the students. The thing that we are all going to miss in this initial induction is that we don't get to see you face to face. But we're hoping that doing things like this, and we will be having discussion groups and things when we get started on the course. So things like, you know, what's your name? What class group are you in? So I just want you I want to do a double check that you know what class group you're in. People that are living away from home, you know, maybe you could put that in. Maybe if you've not lived in Glasgow that long, tell us how long you've been in. Who's your favourite designer? Who's your favourite artist? What's your favourite film, television programme? What would your ideal job be? Any hobbies? Any pets? Why do you want to study fashion design? So write me something interesting about yourself and upload that. But if there's some things you don't want to answer, just say, I'm not answering this question or something. Type me a wee message in there. Really just designed to get to know you. So that's our induction here. Now you'll see when I go back to the mandatory bits again that I've said that I want you to sign the student code of conduct form. So I'm going to just show you the link to that as well. So I want you to read through all your college resources and sign the code of conduct form. So if I go back into the induction materials, sorry, I'm flapping around this thing here. Right, I'm going to take you down onto here. So as you scroll down, you'll see there's a bit that says forms to sign during induction fortnight. So the important one is the student code of conduct. So when I click on there, please read through all the forms in this section. The student code of conduct must be signed. What I want you to do is follow the link. So I've got a link there to Google Documents. I want you to read through the form and I want you to put your name and date in at the end. If you've got any problems with it, please email me. I've never used Google Docs before. I've just set this up this morning. So I'm going to just test the link here. So that takes you through to your student code of conduct and it should say HND Fashion Design Year 1. So I want you to read through this. Read through right to the end, and then at the end there's a table. So just click into the table, put your name and the date. I haven't counted the table, I think I've done 2 pages, so if you find it's full, just click and tab down. It's just like a table and it'll just add extra lines for you to put your name in. And then that will automatically save and I'll automatically have access to that. So if you can all make sure that you do that before September the 4th, that would be great. Right, what page am I on here? Sorry, I'll just go back to the modules again. So there are other forms in there. They don't need to be signed, but I do need you to read through them. So the equality and respect statement and also online classroom responsibilities, I need you to read through that as well. So the next thing I want to just show you is your timetables. I've already sent your timetables out, but in case you've mislaid the information or I lost it or whatever, I've put them up here. So I'll just open up the 1A timetable. It's just a screenshot of what I've sent you. So on 1A, on Tuesday, you have Anne for production all day, and the room that you'll be in is 10, 9, 10, 10. Now what's happened with the rooms is we have reorganized them so that you can work in a safe way. So they've spread out the machines on the pattern cutting table. You will have your own machine and your own pattern cutting table next to one another, and that will form like your wee own kind of workstation. There's only going to be either 9 or 10 in the room so that we can socially distance you, and half the class will be in 1 week and half the class will be in the other week. Now, I'm not going to give you the dates just now, I'm going to give you that next week. And next week I'll also confirm the times that you will be in. And more information will be coming out just about rules and regulations for how you should behave in the college, where you need to wear masks, accessing lifts, etc. The access to the lifts will be very limited, and unfortunately you are on the 10th floor. So you will be okay on the stairs. I use the stairs all the time, so it's better than a gym membership. It keeps you nice and fit. But more information will be coming out from us about just how to access college and what times you'll be in on those days. All your other classes you'll see are marked as remote. And that means it will be similar to this. You will log in, you'll be given a time by your tutor. So normally if it's a morning class, it'll be 9 o'clock. If it's an afternoon class, it'll be 1 o'clock. The classes will be a combination of live demonstration, discussion tasks where we might put you into groups. Each week you will have a task to upload. So each week there will be an assignment. So it might be doing a mind map, it might be uploading images to Portfolium, it might be a whole range of tasks, but the classes will take it will be an introduction, a demonstration, sending you off to do a task, bringing you back at the end of the lesson just to recap the lesson, telling you what you need to upload, and giving you preparation for the next week's class. So we will work to this timetable and we would expect you to be available for those lessons at that time. On where you see no classes timetabled, so on this timetable, all day Monday, Wednesday morning and all day Friday, you don't have any classes, but you may be expected to finish off work. So if you haven't managed to get all the tasks done in the class time, we would expect you to use your free time just to finish off tasks and get the work uploaded for your tutor before the following week's class. So if I just flick through them, all the timetables are there. Just flick through them there. Okay, so you can go on and have a look at the timetables. So that really is most of the information that I wanted to give you. What I would like you to do now is get logged on to Canvas, have a read at all the materials that are on there, have a look at your home page. So I will send out that wee image to you all. So I'll just scroll down again. So this wee one here, so that you know the picture that you're looking for. I mean, this will look like there's loads of stuff on here. That's because I'm showing you all my things on there, so you won't see as much as that. And then I'm going to send you an invite for next week where we will meet in the class groups. So this is a big one where there are lots of us in the meeting, but next week it will just be your 18 class members plus your class tutors, your guidance tutor, and we will hopefully be giving you more information about exact days and times when you'll be expected to attend college, and maybe giving you more chance to have a discussion and meet each other. I'm aware that you're all just little names on the screen here for me just now, but we will slowly get to know you. And from your point of view, I would like you to try and go through as much as you can on Canvas. Please give us a couple of days to get the Portfolium link set up. As I say, our IT guys have been extremely busy, and they are they're working on that. So you can have a look at the things up on there for that, but you won't be able to just access it just yet. But you will be able to sign the code of conduct form. You will be able to look through all the other things, do the quizzes, everything else that's there. So I'm going to stop sharing with you now. And that's everything that I've got to say. So if you've got any questions, do you want to put them on the chat here? I don't know if there's anything particular that you want to ask, or whether you want to wait and just email me later. I know a couple of people got back to me saying they had problems with emails. I will forward those on to the student, the IT department, the service department, and hopefully they can sort that out. If you've got problems with anything to do with the Abacus pack, let me know as well. As I say, these codes have just come out today, so please let me know about that as well. But if there's no questions, so there's nothing coming up just now, I will let you go. I will put the recording of this up on YouTube and send you a link. Just give me a couple of hours. I've got a similar meeting with this for the second years at 3 o'clock, so it might just be the end of the day before I manage to get that done. Oh, right, I've got here a question here from Natasha. How long do you know how long we'll be doing remote classes for? The answer is not really at the moment. We were asked before the summer to timetable any classes that we felt we could teach remotely had to be done that way. And the reason for that was so that we could limit the numbers of people in college. So we have only timetabled for block 1 at the moment, and we are hoping that we could get into the college to do normal face-to-face teaching in block 2. That hasn't been confirmed, and I'm sure you can understand that I think there's a lot of people expecting or predicting that there might be a slight upswing in the virus as we go into the autumn. So a lot will depend on whether that happens or not. So yes, you'll have to bear with me with that. We do not know. But the plan is, if we can, we will have you all back in college for a more normal college experience at that point. But I think first and foremost, we want to keep everybody safe and well. So I hope that answers your question, Natasha. I'm sorry it's not a very exact answer, but you know, whatever I say today might change in the next fortnight or something like that. So we need to just wait and see. Does anyone else have any questions? Yeah, I think there are going to be facilities for you to access the college library. I believe that is under discussion. I will make a note to check on that for you. You might find also, as well as getting information from me, I think you probably will all be getting information from college in general. I don't always see what's sent out, but I will check out library access. Hopefully we should get that as well. But off the top of my head, I've only been in the college twice, once this week and once last week, so I can't give you a definitive answer, but I will find that out for you and email you and let you know. Okay. Anything else that you want to ask me before I let you go? Okay, I don't think there's any other questions. Well, thank you so much for attending. I will send the email out. If you think of anything, please just email me. If I haven't got back to you, if you've sent me an email from your email address, thank you for sending me it, and I will reply to you. Just haven't done it yet. So I will say cheerio, and if you want to hang up, we'll look forward to seeing it again next week. So go onto Canvas, look at your course code, look at your course, try out all the things. Remember to also order your art pack and also do that survey if you haven't already done it. That'd be great. Okay, thank you very much. Maxine, I don't know if you want to hang on for a wee minute and I'll just say hi to you once everybody goes. Bye, everybody. Right, I've stopped recording.